Kaylee's gone. Even though I knew all day, but I didn't know. It was just hard to explain, but in my heart, I felt it. And it was just the finality. Like, this officer is here and he's here for a reason, you know? And it was, your whole body hurts. Like, everything just aches, like your fingertips, your toes, your knees. You get shaky. Like, that really happens, like the shaking in the knees. And it's real. Um, and I think at that point, I went into shock. And I think that shock lasted for quite a while for me. I don't remember a whole lot after that. I have pretty big gaps in my memory.
Steve, do you remember her running running to the bedroom and hiding when the LA law enforcement came up the driveway?
Yeah, I remember her running that way. Aubrey went up the steps and she went on her computer and she started. We just, at first, we thought it was just like a rumor, some drama, some fake thing. I mean, it's a college town, parties happen, kids do pranks. We thought there was something else going on. At least I did. That's why we were like, if the cop shows up, then, that's not a prank. This is something serious. And even then, I still couldn't fully understand what, you don't know what death is if unless you've been familiar with it. And we weren't. This family hadn't been struck like that. So, yeah, there's that door right there behind us and opened that up. And there's a sheriff there I'd never seen before in my life. And Kootenai County car. And thankfully, he gave us a little bit more information than we had at that point. And he cleared up the fact that it was a homicide, and Maddie was involved as well, and we knew Maddie's mom was on the way down there. So we were like, do we call her? Do we let her know that I mean, they weren't gonna. They already told us we couldn't go down there and see them. We couldn't go down there and pick her up or anything like that. So it means an ongoing investigation. So we just sat in the house and just thought of how ways to get a hold of people that had been around the children in the last 28, 48 hours and figure out what's going on. Was this some random act of violence? What was this?
Was it a shooting from a party? Was it the night? Yeah,
Yeah.
we just didn't know.
People were saying it was fentanyl and, all the acronyms that would go around. So, and, they wouldn't even tell us any details. I mean, it was months before we actually even knew how they were killed. So it was very frustrating. We got the vandal alert that told us that there was 4 homicides before we even knew what was going on. So they knew before we knew.
Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions only. Today, I like to go back to Kaylee. In the beginning of this case, we were told that Kaylee had a stalker. The police debunked it very early on, and I found that to be strange because I don't even believe they investigated it well enough to debunk it. The vape shop manager told News Nation and the other mainstream news channels that Kaylee, Maddie, and the other girls used to come to the shop in a group, and they always hang around with Kaylee because Maddie said Kaylee had a stalker. At the same time, now that the reports have come, I hope everyone has read Jack Decor, Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, his reports. I mentioned it many times, but it's still not enough. I find it very strange that Jack D, number one, his professor, was concerned for him. He referred him to mental health therapy. Allegedly, Jack D did not go to the mental health therapy. He didn't take the referral seriously. Jack D's professor was concerned that Jack D was taking the breakup with Kaylee not well at all. We know that DV happens, and the breaking up time is the worst time, especially when the partner believes that he's lost or she's lost power over the other spouse. Then they do react in a very aggressive manner. Not always, but most of the time. I wonder what Jack D felt since Kaylee was moving and she was taking the dog Murphy. Jack D did not show much empathy, in my opinion. Neither did the surviving roommates when the police showed up. They were bawling. They were just yelling and crying, and didn't sound like a cry even. I didn't see proper tears. Kaylee's parents believed that there was 2 weapons used on Kaylee, and so do I. The one that was used on her face can't be the same one that was used to poke her. Something that had stripe symbols on it, because Kaylee's poor face had lines on it. I wonder if they wore a brass knuckle or knuckle duster. What could have stripes on it? Everyone seemed to look like they were carrying sharp-edged objects with them. At the grub truck, especially. Talking about Jack Showalter, etc. In my opinion. I don't believe it was one person who did these crimes. It had to be more than one person. Kaylee was poked 34 times. Somebody really wanted to make Kaylee pay, allegedly. Somebody was out for Kaylee's pretty face. May she rest in peace. And for me, it reminds me more of a crime of passion. Whether it was a female who did it even. Just say a sorority sister. I wonder if Kaylee was behind Hannah Claire is bullying. Was that Maddie? I'm really interested in this timeline, 3:33 a.m. on the 13th of November. That is when DM uploaded this picture. Pay attention, this is when there was silence on the phone from 2:53, when Maddie Morgan calls Bethany Funk, right up to 3:51. There's like 56 minutes of silence, and this is what was going on. DM uploaded this picture, and she uploaded the picture with Kaylee and her. She uploaded it on VSCO app at 3:33. Did she push the tennis table when she was taking these pictures? And her nails look normal there. Could DM have been involved? Let's not forget she was being bullied on Halloween, my opinion. And this friend of ours was at the house. Because look at the timeline on the picture. 3:33, 13th November 2022. This was when the masked person was seen outside the house. His was at 3:30. Wonder who was taking this picture. Was it Quinn? Because she's not taking the picture. You can clearly see that. Did they order the DoorDash, maybe they ordered food and drugs for Molly, because Molly and her boyfriend don't have the best reputation. She's been arrested a couple of times for DUI. Could they have ordered drugs? It could be very possible, and food, so that they could clean up. They didn't call the police for 8 to 9 hours. And they changed the timeline on purpose, in my opinion. Although this picture is blurry, this is one of the pictures Jovita was watching at the grub truck. Somebody has a dongri outfit on, the first person. There's somebody with a hoodie. At least 3 people, in my opinion, if not more. So where was Jovita getting these pictures from? Is my question. I wonder if Showalter, his target, was Kaylee. I think he's pretending to say he doesn't know her. He may not know her well, but there was rumors that Kaylee got Showalter kicked out of the corner club, and Ethan got him kicked out of the fraternity. Pay attention to whatever he has in his jacket, and he has something in his pant that looks like a keba. But look at the jacket. Doesn't that look like a sharp object? What if he used this on Kaylee? Maddie was searching for Murphy. That was around 2:30. So was that after Zan and Ethan were unalived, in my opinion? There was something going on between 2 to 3:30. Everyone's lying here. Steve Gongalves told us in the beginning of this case, he said it in an interview, Kaylee was very alert. If she felt something or felt somebody was following her or stalking her, she would take photos. I believe something was happening that night. Kaylee must have sensed the tensions. Let's not forget, Kaylee found the woman, elderly woman who was missing in a car that was found in the river. Kaylee liked YouTube. She liked researching things. What if Kaylee understood that this group was out for her? Poor girls. Somebody was really out for Kaylee. And I believe it was more than one person. So this was the picture taken at 3:30 on the 13th of November 2022 outside 1122 King Road on GeoSnap. Many people were saying it was David B. Some people were saying it was Adam. I've heard all kind of guesses. Could be Queen Kali too. But this is when the unalivings was happening, I believe, 3:30. Bethany Funk clearly says that she left Ethan and Zana at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. So something must have happened to them, somewhere later in the timeline. Maybe a fight kicked out at the party. But let's not forget, DM said that she saw Zana lying on the floor. So who brought Zana and Ethan home? Did they come home by themselves? Could they have got attacked while they were at home? Because the house looks like it's in a mess. It's strange, very strange that we didn't hear anything about Maddie. Maddie was searching for the dog Murphy. Where was Kaylee then? After number 9 silence Maddie, in my opinion. Something happened to Maddie. BF could be lying that she and Maddie went out for a walk. Why were people saying it was an OD in the beginning? They're blurry, but these are the pictures the people are watching at the grub truck, especially Jovito. Looks like eating on the floor. What's wrong with these legs? Allegedly. I believe these victims were tortured. Poor them. I wonder where Jack D, his white truck, and the Hyundai Elantra was. He told the officers that he was borrowing the vehicle of the Gongalves, the vehicle they lent him. So which vehicle does the Gongalves own that they lent Jack D? Is it the white pickup truck? I think it's the same pickup truck we saw driving towards the Corner Club. And then you can see a white Hyundai Elantra there. What if it was Jack D all the time? Crime of passion. Let me know what you think, guys. These are the pictures Saeed was watching on Banfield. Still studying these pictures. This was the picture on the right Saeed was watching at Banfield on his phone. And this is Jack Schwartz on the left. Wonder if it could be the same person. All he had to do was take up his white hoodie. I personally believe it's him, in my opinion only. It's all my speculation, my thoughts. This girl is from Kaylee's sorority, Molly Gray. She's standing next to Jovita and watching these pictures. Jack Katovich, Jack K, should have been investigated for opening the GoFundMe for Ethan at 3:30 at night and opening the Venmos. Him, his sister, Liz Katovich, and her best friend, Molly Gray, that both went to the same sorority as Kaylee, open GoFundMes. Open Venmos that they were sending around. And they captured it at 3:30 a.m. So what was actually going on? Jack Katovich knows a lot, in my opinion. I think Kaylee had many enemies. With Kaylee, it was revenge, crime of passion, jealousy, and many other things. Zana, I think it was a struggle. She was trying to defend Ethan. She was fighting for her life. I find it strange that nobody's talking about Maddie. The surviving roommates know more than they're saying, in my opinion. Let me know what you'll think. Please like, share, and subscribe.